Where's this going? Hey guys, Mike of Photos Mike, and today I'm going to do an update of a video I did earlier. It was on the Switcher Studio, which I'm on right now. I have my iPad and I have my phone. I also have another phone, which I'll bring up in a second. I'll switch it over so you can see, and you can see the beach because we're outside of the beach. And now I'm going back over to my main viewer. So I'm actually recording and going through my H5, and I have a wireless mic, which is my Saramonic Blink 500 Pro. Now, the Blink 500 Pro has been getting a bad name, and I thought it was bad myself, but it ended up being a mistake that I made on my own. So now I'm trying to come back online and correct it and say, yes, this was my mistake. I made a mistake in bad mouthing the Blink 500 Pro. It runs great right now, but we'll see how it works out later on in the future. So right now I'm running Switcher Studio, and 3 years ago I did a video on Switcher Studio at my apartment, but now I'm out here at the beach and I'm doing a updated video on Switcher Studio. So 3 years ago the Switcher Studio was at 3 point something when I first started working with it. Now the Switcher Studio is up to version 5, and I am working with it again because I really like how interesting it is. Plus the pricing has changed on this actual product itself, which is actually an app that goes onto your iPhone, onto an iPad, and you can run different things through it. Like I just showed you, I'm running a sound system through it using the Zoom H5, so I can weed out some of the noises and give you a better quality sound with wireless microphones, so I can actually move around and do some of the things that I want to do. So with that being said, the original price of Switcher Studio to do it was originally around $500 a year. You didn't have too many options. You had to pay for the year. Then they broke it down and they made it a monthly payment. So now it's down to $400 and it's $45 a month. But they have a new, well, it's not new, but they have another way of doing it, which is you could do it on a pay-as-you-go. And the pay-as-you-go is a 7-day pay. You pay $20. You get to use all of the great Switcher Studio stuff for 7 days, and all you're paying is the $20. So if I'm not really using this all the time, then I don't have to pay for it. I don't have to pay for it continually, monthly, all the way through. I don't have to have a long-term subscription for it. I just pay as I go. So I put out the $20, pay them the $20, and I have it for 7 days. And that's basically all I'm gonna need it for. I'm gonna need it for some time to set up, make sure everything is running straight, and then to actually go out and do my my show. So right now, I'm gonna switch back so I can show you exactly what the camera setup on the tripod looks like. And a lot of sun out here. So there's my camera set up on the tripod, and as you can see, it's looking down the street right there. And I'm going to switch back to myself, which is right here, and then I'm going to set the camera back on the stand or on the thing so you can see the actual beach, and you can see the wire actually coming from my H5N. So now I'm going to go back to the beach, going back to the beach, and I'm going to try to move the camera, and you know what, I think it's set up. So it's a real quick setup. Sorry you saw my fingers there. It's looking for the actual gimbal that it's sitting on. But you know what, I don't need that. I'll go ahead and pan it myself by hand, because I can actually turn it by hand. And I want you to be able to see the pier a little bit. And now you should be able to see the pier and all the people walking around. And now I'm going to switch back to myself. Bring up my little welcome to the show. One of my animated. Take it down. And now you see, you can run a whole show. You can put animations in it. You can put pings in it, JPEGs in it to do lower thirds. You can do all kinds of stuff with Switcher Studio, and it only costs you the setup, which is an iPad and maybe a couple of iPhones, one from a friend, I'm using my business phone and my regular home phone right now, one from a friend, one from somebody else, and you can set up on the spot anywhere you want to go. So that's basically it for right now. I'm also, let me show you my setup that I'm actually working out of. So I'll bring back up my hand gimbal. Sorry to have my back to you, but I'm over to my hand gimbal now. And now you see my hand gimbal, and I'm going to go ahead and go down so you can see my actual setup. There's a battery, there's my H5N, there's my Wi-Fi hotspot that I'm going to use to take a picture of my setup. And basically that's it. That's all that I needed to get this program out to you. Hopefully you're seeing it, and it's all run off a battery, so I don't have any other wires. I have a headset plugged in so I can hear what's going on through the H5N. I can even record, so I can do a podcast through the H5N. My Saramonic Blink 500 Pro is sitting right on the side of the H5N. I have an iPad 10-inch sitting right there, and there's a battery underneath it that's running my Wi-Fi hotspot. And then I turn around, and you can see my other gimbal with the camera on it standing there, and that's my main camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to my main camera now. Right here. Oops, sorry, wrong screen. The only thing is in this bright sunlight, it's kind of messing me up. There you go. So now I'm back on my main camera. I'm gonna set this camera back down and look out at the beach again. And that's basically about it. You can see that I have everything set up. I can hand hold my iPad, which is my switching unit, to make everything work the way it needs to work. And that's it for here. Like I said, now it's pay as you go, so it's $20. All you need is an iPad and an iPhone, or a couple of people with an iPhone to download the app, and you can have as many cameras out there as you want. You just got to monitor your screens and make sure you don't push the wrong thing, and make sure they're locked in. They all have to be on the same network. That's why I have a hotspot out here, so that I can have all my cameras on the same network, because if I try to use an open network, they get lost. You got to go in and use URLs, all kinds of other stuff. It's better to have just your basic hotspot. Now, something that I came across today was I tried to use my cell phone hotspot, but it didn't pick up very well. I don't know if it's the signal strength in the area or what it is. I had to actually go get my QFi Wi-Fi hotspot from home, which has its own SIM card in it, to come out here and actually get it to broadcast to you guys. So once again, that's it for me. Please, if you like this video, please like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. As always, I'm Mike of Photos by Mike, making life stand still one picture at a time. You guys take it easy, and we'll see you later.